Hey everyone, welcome to my space. I'm Emily Vermillion, a certified life coach, and I wanted to hop on today to talk about how to design the life that you want. What does that even mean? So first of all, I think we all have dreams and aspirations, goals that we set, expectations that we have of ourselves and what we're doing with our life and where we're going. And oftentimes we get stymied or stuck or misplaced in our own mind about what we want, how to get there, where to go. And that's really what I wanted to help you muddle through a bit today, because we have only finite time here. We only have the resources that we have right now to do the things in our life that we want to do. And we have to utilize what we've been given, what Christ has laid before us, to use to the best of our ability, to get the most out of life right now in the season that we're in, not living in the past, not hopeful for when, but living now, because we only have that. We have already lived in the past. We don't know how much time we have in the future. And so the best time to live your life is right now, not when and not had it been, right? So we want to focus on today and right now. And so a lot of us have aspirations, we have goals, we have these dreams, we have the things in our mind that we want to accomplish and that make us happy. We know things that we're gifted at, that we innately have a draw to. We know what we're passionate about, but many of us are living a passionless life. We're living a life out of habit. We're living a life out of obligation. We are living in a cycle of forever doing the same thing. It's like Groundhog's Day, okay? Am I speaking to you? Be sure to comment live or replay if you're watching live or you're watching the replay. I want to be sure to say hey to you. And also, that stems, living in that habitual state, causes a lot of friction in our life. It causes us to have pressure on ourselves because time after time, year after year, we're setting the same resolutions, or we are trying to hit a goal and we're dropping the ball every time. And often we get in a defeated state because we feel like we aren't getting to the height that we want to get to, or living life fully, and we're not very content in that space. And I know I'm speaking to myself in this. I've been there. And a lot of times we tie our own happiness and self-ability to the titles and the roles that we have. So we tie it to our job. We tie it to people in our life, people that we're in relationships with, our children, our family. And so we put a lot of weight on external things in our life, and we give that the ability to measure ourselves against and feel either successful or unsuccessful. In other words, what I'm trying to say is we put the control of our happiness and what God has in front of us in the hands of other people. We base our happiness and our joy on things that are completely out of our control. Some would argue our own lives are out of our control, because actually they are, right? God is overall, and He determines what is happening and when it's happening and His timeliness. And so when we identify ourselves as successful or joyful or good at something, we're tying it to things that could vanish at any point, right? Our job, our relationships, people in our lives. When we're betting all of our eggs, so to speak, or betting all of our chips on one thing in our life to uphold these values and these images that we have of ourselves, we can easily be let down, right? And we can easily fall to the victim mentality where life is happening to us. We are trying to respond to it, but we can't ever get on top of it. And that's usually because we are operating from that place of defeat. And so today I want to talk to you about how do you design the life that you want? And my answer is probably going to be a bit of an eye roll for you, because what I'm going to say is not anything that you haven't heard before. But maybe the way I'm saying it will give you encouragement and give you a spark, give you an idea and a new perspective to see things through. the only way that you are going to design the life that you want is to decide that you're going to live the life that you want. It is a choice. And we get the opportunity each day that we open our eyes and we're breathing air and we're alive, our heart is beating, to decide what we do that day. Yes, we have obligations. Yes, we have responsibilities. And part of being a decent human is living up to those, right? But we get to decide if our job is going to make us unhappy. We get to decide if that relationship is going to determine if we've had a good day today or not. We get to decide what we're doing daily to enact effective change. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're waking up every day and you're in the same exact place, you haven't reached your goals, you don't feel any better about yourself than the day before, but you desire to, you have to change the way you do things. We all have these habits and this way that we've been living our life day in, day out. And as John Maxwell has said, been quoted as saying, is a lot of us have uphill dreams with downhill habits. So habits are hard to break. Habits are repetitive tasks, repetitive thoughts, repetitive choices that we have made over time based on our circumstances, and we have not done anything to change those. We have new thoughts, we have new dreams, we have expectations of ourselves, but we've done nothing to enact change because we've done nothing to make a difference in how we've gone about our day every single day. Every single day we wake up and we decide to either choose to chug coffee or chug a glass of water. Every day we wake up and decide to sleep in or to get up and do that workout. Every day we decide to open our Bible and read it or to not, or to pray or to not, or to eat fast food for lunch or to not, or to make that phone call or to not. We make the choice to come home and binge in front of the TV or work on the hobby that brings you a lot of joy and is furthering your ability to reach the goal that you have. So every day we are doing different things and making different choices to cause different changes in our life. And most of us just get stuck. We just get stuck in the habit of living. We get stuck in doing the same monotonous thing every single day. And up to 90%, studies have shown, up to 90% of even what we think about is the exact same as the day before. So how could you ever get a grip on something to actually reach a new goal or to change a habit into a better one? How could you do that if you're still thinking the exact same and still doing the exact same as the day before? So the biggest step is to brain dump. Brain dump everything that you want to do or that you would like to change. And then I want you to brain dump everything that you think about yourself. All of it. And what's going to come up to the surface first are those easiest things that you're thinking about every day. I'm tired. I have no energy. I'm stressed. I hate my job. I'm aggravated. I feel so angry. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you don't have negative emotions. Maybe you're just like, I just feel meh. Nothing's really exciting going on. My life is pretty boring. And I think a lot of us can probably identify with that right now because 2020 was a crazy year and it was not boring in some respects, but boring in other respects because we couldn't do anything. So I want you to write down everything that you think about yourself. And then I want you to start changing those thoughts. Instead of saying, I'm tired, say, I've got time today. I'm awake. I get to go do something I want to do right now. It doesn't matter if you feel tired, right? Start telling yourself you're not tired. I know that sounds crazy, but y'all, your brain is a response organ, meaning it's responding to its stimuli. So if you're telling your brain it's tired, it's enacting chemical releases and hormone releases to make you tired because you're telling yourself you're tired. So your body starts to prepare to go to sleep because it's tired. But if you tell yourself something different, it's going to start reacting differently. You're going to start thinking differently. You're going to start feeling differently. And when you start thinking and feeling and reacting differently, you start making different choices, right? And you start seeing things differently. You see opportunity where you didn't see before because you weren't even looking for it, right? You were still just thinking about the same thing you thought about yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. So you didn't even see what was going on. You didn't even give your brain enough room to be creative, to brainstorm. So that's the next thing I want you to do, brainstorm. So you have your dreams, you have the things that you want to do, or the way that you want to feel, or the accomplishment you want to achieve. You have what you're thinking about. So you're going to write down new thoughts, because to think differently is to begin a different action. So you're going to start thinking new thoughts, and you're going to marry that with making a plan of action. So you're going to tell yourself, if you want, for me, a several year goal has been to learn French. And I've been doing a self-paced program over the years. And I'm a lot further along than I was when I started, but I'm not to where I want to be. And how am I going to learn a new language? I have to practice, right? I have to study it literally every day. I have to practice it literally every day. So in order to make progress at learning French, I have to have time for it every single day. So once you have this, you're going to start developing new habits, and you're going to have to talk yourself into them. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work. It doesn't mean that you stink, or you don't have the ability to do it, or God doesn't want you to do it. It's going to be hard to change habits. Habits are hard. You know, a rule of thumb is like 90 days, 3 months. 3 months of grueling, pushing yourself, talking yourself into it, making yourself do it until it establishes a new habit, and you don't even have to think about it. It's clockwork. For me, going back to French, you know, that's what I have to do. I have to make it part of my daily routine. And then it just becomes part of my daily routine, and I don't have to force myself to sit down and practice it, or to read, or whatever I'm doing. So it has to become a habit, and it can. I mean, I was a person, another habit I broke, and I broke this habit in high school before I knew all the nuance to it. But looking back, I was doing all the right things to establish a new habit. I had given up soda for a Lenten season. It was, you know, a challenge me and my friends were doing. We all gave up something. I gave up soda because I was a cheerleader. I did practice it. I had a lot of extracurricular activities I was doing all the time. I was tired. And so Mountain Dew, yeah, the good stuff. Yeah, I had lots of Mountain Dew per day. So I gave up soda. Then I started researching why is soda bad, because I did feel a lot better not drinking it. And then one video showed me how Coke ate rust off of a yard tool. And I was like, and I was health conscious in high school, apart from drinking soda. I was pretty health conscious. I had my vices, but I was pretty health conscious. I wanted to be healthy. Something my mom taught me. And I was like, okay, if soda can do that to a yard tool, like what is it doing inside of my body? Because it's purely chemical. It's fake, right? And so it was like just a light bulb. Like, no, I can't do this anymore. So if you need to do some research to help yourself understand why you are making the change to really instill a motivational factor, you got to do that to make a new habit. So prepare yourself that it's going to suck for the first 90 days probably. But once you get past those 90 days, and that may seem too long, but let me tell you, when you are living a life, one shot that you have, and you have a passion or you have a desire to make a difference, you want to do something that is going to enlighten your life, why are you not working on it, right? Like, why are you not working on it right now? Because you don't know what's to come. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the future holds. And you have today. And so you don't think of it big picture, like, oh my gosh, there's no way I could lose X amount of pounds. That's just way too much. Yeah, but you can make a choice every day to choose a healthy food. So your choice isn't to lose 100 pounds today. Your choice is, I'm going to choose this over this, right? Or I'm going to study my French instead of watch this stupid TV show, you know? I'm going to reach out to this person because I want to improve my friendships. Okay, so I'm going to take the time to call this person because I want to talk to them, right? They bring light to my life. Whatever you're challenging yourself over, do it. What are you waiting for? So to design the life that you want, you have to establish the habits that are going to support that life. Because as I've said and hopefully explained well, we are constantly doing the same thing we've always done. So you're never going to see a change. Like, you're never going to see an improvement. You're never going to see a difference if you were literally doing the same thing every single day. I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? I mean, how could it? How could the things that you want to happen in your life happen if you take no action toward it? If you change nothing that you've done before? If you keep doing the same thing every single day? And so it takes practice, it takes perseverance, it takes motivation. And I did a video a couple weeks back about motivation, and go watch that, because motivation is a tricky little thing. And there are some good tips in that video on how to live motivated. I also have a podcast on it. Forgive me, the title just left me. I want to say it's called How to Stay Motivated. Like, I made it pretty simple. So I have a podcast called The Thought Vault. You can find it on any podcast listening app. And I have an entire episode devoted to motivation. And that episode, I'm telling you, is fire. It's one of my most favorite episodes, because when you really listen and grasp what that episode teaches you, you can change so much in your life and remain motivated for that change. And that's the key, because a lot of us have the motivation in the beginning and then it teeters out. So to understand how your brain works with motivation, this episode will truly change the game for you. And I know it'll give you a lot of good tools and insight, because I poured a lot of energy into that episode, because I needed to hear it, right? I needed to understand what our brain is doing during motivational situations, right? So go listen to the Thought Vault podcast, the motivation episode. That's going to help you tremendously in designing the life you want and establishing the correct habits you need to establish that are going to truly become self-care habits that are going to help you propel you to the life that you want. And it all starts with a choice, and it's you that gets to make that choice. God gave us free will. And when we are relying on Him and we are stepping in faith and we are motivated by the change that we want to see and want to accomplish, not much is going to stop us. So it is about making a choice, and it's about really using tools correctly, goal setting correctly, motivation, how to set accountability up, and how to think your thoughts. These are the things you need to do to design the life that you want. I have an entire podcast all about this, all those things. And also, if you need help with accountability, or you want some clarity and kind of a roadmap designed for you, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for as a certified life coach. I would love to help you. I also have a resource called the Quick Start Guide to a Better, Bolder Life that just launched. You can go to boldpearls.com/quick start to get that, to grab that resource, or boldpearls.com/resources. I have a couple ebooks on there for you guys. But this ebook I just launched with the new season of the Thought Vault podcast. It has everything I personally use, all the tips and tools I use to life coach myself, mentally, physically, and in my relationship with Christ. I put it all in an ebook for you guys. It will jumpstart you. It will help you get on the right path. It has all the first steps and quick steps that you can take to really see true change in your day-to-day life. It is a resource I'm excited about having available to you guys, so please be sure to check that out. Like this page so you're always notified when I go live, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.